fine.
Wait, do you go to commercial break every inning? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he'll still kill your money.
Oh, I know.
Thank you.
Oh, I know.
You're
No
not
one's
wrong.
ever said anything awful,
No,
just
but
like loud.
we're also like, you're not wrong, but
No, I know.
we also had someone that was
Yeah. Wild guess, you guys.
anyway, I couldn't keep I couldn't keep Malcolm from not couldn't switch the cameras. I was ready to kill him.
Such
Like
bastard.
it's really like you're watching the game like, alright, ball's put in play. I just couldn't keep both.
Ball's put in play, and we're still looking at the pitch.
Yeah, Trev, like, hey Trev, you're
Trev, you push the buttons now.
See, that's why I just have to follow the ball. I don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Of course, they give me the metal chair.
I know, bro.
once we get going. I guess I have four.
Versus not one. By the two.
From historic Simmons Field in Kenosha, it's a windy March afternoon as Parkside Baseball gets set for its home opener and the start of GLIAC play. It's been a disrupted lead-up for both sides. Midweek games wiped out due to weather for both Wayne State and Parkside, but now they finally get their chance to get on the field and open up conference play. And it's a big test right away for the Rangers. Number 7 Wayne State comes in as the hottest team in the GLIAC, riding an 8-game winning streak and off to a program best 16-2 start through 18 games. For Parkside, it's an opportunity to open at home and take one from the conference's best with the wind blowing across Simmons Field. Early season baseball in Wisconsin is here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kenosha. I'm Dominic Liacani. We appreciate you tuning in on this windy and chilly Friday afternoon from southeastern Wisconsin. Let's get right into it. It's the number 7 team in the country in the Wayne State Warriors taking on the Parkside Rangers. Both of these teams have won a combined 11 games entering this one as we take a look at the Wayne State starting lineup, which comes from 18th-year head coach Ryan Kelly. It's the shortstop Ty Garza to lead things off. He'll be followed by the first baseman and Bennett Hitzelberger. Batting third is the DH Owen Tuccinardi, the reigning GLIAC Player of the Week in Drew Hill, the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Tony Hatzigiorgio patrols the hot corner. He bats 5th. Rhett Rozier is the left fielder, batting 6th. And then 7, 8, and 9, Sanders, Crow, and Blakita, the center fielder, catcher, and second baseman. Taking on the lengthy right-hander in Keegan Waters, who makes his team-leading 5th start of the year. First start at home for Keegan this year. A 1-1 record, a 4.50 ERA across 18 complete innings, 13 punch-outs to 9 walks. He's given up 14 hits, 2 of them homers. We'll see a 2-seam slider and a change piece from Keegan today.
Number 7, Ty Garza.
All right, so Ty Garza gets set to climb in from the right side here. Wayne State looking to win its 9th straight here in the first of a 4-game set. Parkside trying to win its 4th straight. Off and running we go here from Kenosha. First pitch at 3:03 on a chilly 50-degree afternoon with winds pushing in from left, so not a hitter-friendly day. 0-1 the count here to Ty Garza as he touches the 0-1 foul. Garza through 17 games this year, a .250 hitter, redshirt junior out of Grosse Isle, Michigan. Second-year transfer out of Barton College. She's down 0-2 here to Waters. Off the end of the bat, one hopper to short for Wicker, and his throw across is in time. 1 up and 1 down for Waters. Let's get you the Ranger defense. We mentioned Waters on the bump in the outfield. Angel Radis is flanked by Nolan Muchieski, the freshman in left, and Trace Kirschberg, the first-year JUCO transfer in right. Around the horn from left to right, it's Storty, Wicker, Lloyd, and Maroic, with Noah Goddard behind the plate, the battery mate to Waters. Here's the first baseman and Bennett Hitzelberger, but not before Waters steps off the mound. Him and Goddard with some confusion. They're trying these new electric wrist watches out to call signs this year. They've been on and off, but looks like Keegan has what he wants. And the first pitch to Hitzelberger. Low and in, ball 1. Hitzelberger, a true two-way for this Wayne State team, but he has not seen time on the mound yet this year, as he's now ahead 2-0. A .355 hitter through the first 18 games he's played. Team leader in runs scored with 24 of them. Also a team leading 6 doubles. And he's well ahead here. 3 balls and no strikes to the 2-hole hitter for Wayne State. The number 7 team in the country. There's strike 1 at the top of the zone. Umpires today, a pair of Scotts. Scott Titrington is behind the plate with Scott Trottier in the field. There's ball 4 outside to Hitzelberger. And a 1-out walk issued by Waters puts the first base runner aboard of the game. Now the DH in Tuccinardi, junior out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Team leader in homers with 5 of them. 4th in the GLIAC in that category. Watches a changeup miss low and in. 1-0 here to the 3-hole hitter for Wayne. Mentioned it, but Wayne State enters this one on an 8-game win streak. Strike 1 to Tuccinardi. 6 of those wins came down in Florida at the Russmat Invitational. Tuccinardi played in 5 of those games, went 5 for 20, 3 runs scored, 6 driven in with a homer and a double. Runner takes off from first, pitches a called strike, throw down from Goddard, not in time. Hitzelberger swipes his team-leading 7th bag of the year, and he's in scoring position here in a 1-2 count for Tuccinardi. Hitzelberger is now 7 of 9 on the base paths this year. Behind the plate, Goddard still does not have a runner thrown out. Fastball rides high. Counts 2-2 here with 1 gone. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Waters ties up Tuccinardi. First punch out for Keegan. 2 gone here in the first.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Drew Hill.
Not out of it yet. Here is the reigning GLIAC Position Player of the Week in Drew Hill. 3rd in the GLIAC in average, hitting .441 with an OBP of .520. Shuffles out of the way of a first pitch. Looked like fastball that missed low and in. Hill last week in 6 games down in Florida, 11 for 23, 10 driven in, a 1496 OPS. Rolls one over right side, Maroic gobbles it up, feeds to a covering Waters, and that does it for Wayne State in the first. Waters able to pitch around a 2-out runner on second. We'll head to the bottom half of the first and introduce you to the Rangers when we come back on Flow College. Let's introduce you to the Parkside lineup, written by 4th-year head coach Zach Charbonneau. It's the true freshman left fielder Nolan Muchieski to lead things off. He's followed by the redshirt senior and Angel Radis, who patrols center. Ben Lloyd, the grad student, is at second base. He bats 3rd. Josh Wicker is the shortstop hitting cleanup. Joe Maroic, the first baseman, batting 5th. Trace Kirschberg is the right fielder hitting 6th. And then Storty, Lindquist, and Goddard, 7, 8, and 9, the third baseman, DH, and catcher will face the true ace of this Wayne State staff so far in the early parts of this year, the redshirt junior and first-year transfer out of Kalamazoo Valley Community College, and Will Lowry, making his team-leading 5th start. He is 4-0 with a 2.05 ERA in 22 innings, only 5 earned runs allowed, 16 punch-outs to 5 walks. He'll face Muchieski to start. Muchieski, Radis, and Lloyd. First pitch in the bottom of the first, misses inside to Nolan, 1-0. Muchieski, the true freshman from Oak Forest, Illinois. Same stomping grounds as head coach Zach Charbonneau. Slaps the 1-0 foul, 1-1. Wojciechowski, the team leader in on-base percentage through 15 games. And an even 500, 16 runs scored, 14 walks to just 8 strikeouts at the plate. Wojciechowski goes the other way. A cue shot for Giorgio, and he makes the play. Quick out number 1 for Lowry on the bump.
Number 2, Angel Roddick.
And that will send up the senior and Angel Roddick. Roddick has dealt with a little bit of injury this year. Has only played in 3 games, but starting to find his way back in the lineup as an everyday guy. Torches the first pitch foul off to the third base side and out of play. Parkside coming off of taking 3 of 4 in Fayette, Iowa against Upper Iowa last week, or I should say 2 weeks ago. Rangers have not played in 11 days as there's a called strike on the inside corner. 0-2 to Roddick, who in 34 games last year hit .353. The 0-2. Outside 1-2. Roddick this year 5 for his first 10 at the dish. Takes low and in, 2-2, count evens. Roddick riding a 3-game on base streak. He has hits in 2 of his last 3. Low and in, and the count runs full. Nice job by Roddick to battle back. From the first base side of the rubber, Lowry kicks and fires. The full count offering. Bounced right side, charging in Blakita, and he shovels it over to Hitzelberger at first in time for out number 2. So a couple of groundouts to start for the Rangers, and that brings up the grad transfer in Ben Lloyd. Local kid right here in Kenosha. Team leader in average, hitting .357, 20 for his first 56 as a Ranger. Open stance from the left side. It's 1-0. From Lowry. Swinging a hopper on a couple of bounces over to Hitzelberger. He feeds a covering Lowry, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander Will Lowry. 3 straight groundouts to start the day for the Rangers. When we come back, Wayne State coming back up to the dish here on Flow College. Giorgio, Roser, and Sanders, 5, 6, and 7 for Wayne State as we move to the second. Still no score, knotted up at 0-0 after a full inning of GLIAC play. This is the first official day of baseball in the GLIAC this year.
Third baseman, number 9,
This being one of 3 games today. Saginaw Valley State facing off against PNW, and then Roosevelt taking on Davenport. First pitch to Hatzigiorgio, flared out into shallow left center. It's going to drop on a hop in front of Rodis, and that's the first hit of the ball game as Tony Hatzigiorgio is aboard to start the second. The senior only needed to see 1 pitch, and he floats it into left center. That brings up Rhett Rozier. Redshirt freshman out of New Baltimore, Michigan. Slider misses inside from Waters, 1-0. Keegan only allowed 1 base runner in the first. That came via the walk of Hitzelberger, who's sitting in the 2 spot. Fastball away, 2 balls and no strikes. And now Rozier in the driver's seat. 3-0 here to Rozier. Obviously last year as a true freshman took that red shirt, did not play. But through 18 games this year hitting .340. 3-0. Fastball tickles the outside corner. Again, Waters a 3-pitch mix guy. As he misses away ball 4, so it's a 5-pitch walk. And the first 2 men are aboard here for Wayne State. Nobody gone in the top of the second.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Caleb Sanders.
That'll bring up the center fielder and Caleb Sanders. Redshirt junior from East Point, Michigan. .275 hitter through 16 games so far this year. Corners play in. Sanders shows bunt and pokes it foul. And Wayne State, the number 7 team in the country, according to the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, better known as the NCBAA, ranked 19th in the nation by D2 Baseball, 25th by the ABCA. Check over to second. And Wicker over there has to leap over Hatzigiorgio to make sure that ball doesn't get into center. It's Sanders at the dish, awaiting the 0-1 offering from Waters. He shows bunt again, pulls back, takes strike 2. Goddard a back pick down to second, not in time. Oh, 0-2 to Sanders. The question is, will he show bunt again? Hatzigiorgio on second, Rozier on first, nobody gone, top of the second. In the dirt, nice stop by Goddard. Down in Florida at the Russ Matt Invitational, Sanders went 6 for 25 driven in, 2 extra base hits. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He took something off of it. And Waters has his second punch out of the day as he gets Sanders to swing through it. It's a big out, number 1. And now if you're Waters, you're a ground ball double play away from getting out of this. And this is the true freshman catcher and Braden Crow striding in. Slashes 1, foul out of play right side. Rough go of it for Crow to start his collegiate career. Just 8 for his first 43. Went just 2 for 14 down in Florida in 4 games played. The 0-1. He waits back on a breaking ball, slaps it down the line and right, but it slices just foul. That ball gets down in fair territory, probably scoring 2 runs, so. Sigh of relief from Waters on the mound. He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And this ball gets into center field off the glove of Lloyd, and both base runners going to advance 90 feet. So now 2 runners in scoring position and take away a potential inning-ending double play ball. 2 in scoring position for Crow. He takes a fastball high, 1-2. Waters still ahead 1-2. This is fouled off the screen behind home plate. We'll try it again. Give Waters an error on the pickoff attempt, so that is his first of the year. He's still ahead of Crow, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Upstairs, we're even at 2s. Crow, a reigning MHSAA D1 state champion with Heartland High School. Ground ball right side, this will get the job done. Maroic feeds a covering Waters. But Wayne State draws first blood, 1-0 on an RBI ground out from the freshman Braden Crow. His 12th run driven in this year, and the Warriors on top early. And on the same play, Rozier will move up to third. So 2 gone. 9-hole hitter in Blake Blakita now. Second baseman from Canton, Michigan. Switch hitting second baseman. Stands in from the left side here against Waters. Takes a healthy hack and a miss at a changeup in the dirt, 1-1. Blakita's only played in 9 games this year. 3 for his first 12 to start 2026. There's a base hit in a right field, 2-0 Wayne State. Rozier trots home, and Blakita, with his 6th RBI of the year, gives Wayne State a multi-run advantage here in the top of the second.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Ty Garza.
Brings us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, Ty Garza. Garza, the 6th batter of this inning. Redshirt junior, Grosse Isle, Michigan. 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop, Wicker, his first time. One and 0 here to Garza. 250 hitter this year in 17 games. Runner takes off from first, pitches outside, throw down from Goddard. Not in time. Blakita with a stolen base. That is his 2nd of the year on as many tries. Count is 2-0 here, still with 2 gone in the second. Wayne State's already scored twice in this frame. Looking to tack on more with Garza at the dish. And this one goes off the glove of Waters. Lloyd has it behind the bag at second. His throw across is in time. Waters shakes it off coming off the mound. Looks like he's okay. Rangers catch a break. But Wayne State strikes first, 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching GLIAC Baseball on Flow College. Yeah. I got. Only one of those 2 runs given up by Waters earned in the top of the second. We move to the bottom half with the Heart of the Ranger order due up for the first time. Wicker, Morowick, and Kirschberg, 4, 5, and 6. First day of GLIAC play here in the conference. One of 3 games going on around the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Mentioned Saginaw Valley taking on Purdue Northwest, and Roosevelt taking on Davenport today. Wicker climbs in for the first time at home this year. Sophomore shortstop. Takes ball 1 off the inside edge. There's a strike at the knees, 1-1 to Josh Wicker, sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, not wearing his usual number 1 today. He's ahead 2 balls and a strike. 14 games this year for Josh. He's 14 for 49. Strike 2 at the knees. Wicker, the team leader in runs driven in with 15 of them this year, also 6-2 baggers. 2-2. Waits back on a breaking ball, punches it up the middle. Waiting for it is Garza. And his throw across is in time. 4 up and 4 down to start the day for Will Lowry on the bump, who cruised in the first inning with 3 groundouts. And that's his 4th consecutive that he's issued. So now Joe Morowick stands in, the first baseman from Spring Grove, Illinois. First offering to him on the inside corner, strike 1. Morowick, a .333 hitter through the first 13 games he's played as a Ranger. First-year transfer from Georgia Gwinnett College. Waits back, punches it the other way. On a line to Rozier out and left, who hauls it in for out number 2. So Lowry has retired the first 5 hitters he's seen now, and that'll bring up Trace Kirschberg.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Trace Kirschberg.
It's the junior Kirschberg. Another first-year transfer. He comes from the JUCO ranks out of Madison College up north. First pitch fastball misses high to him. The 1-0. On the outside corner. Great spot there from Lowry. Evens us up at 1s. Kirschberg with Madison College played 2 seasons for the Wolfpack, part of one of the top junior college programs in the Midwest. Waves through an off-speed from Lowry. It's 1-2. Played in 21 games last year at .267 with 12 hits, 4 of them doubles. Tried to check his swing, could not as he goes fishing on a breaking ball away. And completing the throw down to first is the catcher Crow. First punch out of the day for Lowry. He's set aside the first 6 he's faced. We go to the third. 3-4 for Wayne State as we go to the third. 2-0 Warriors after they struck for a couple last inning. Bennett Hitzelberger is the left-handed hitting first baseman to lead things off. Still awaiting his first official AB. Walked his first time, and he slaps one into right field on the first pitch he sees for a leadoff knock. Hitzelberger's 1 for 1 today.
Number 2, Owen Tuccinardi.
And that brings up Owen Tuccinardi, the designated hitter. Tuccinardi struck out swinging his first time up in the first. As Waters checks on Hitzelberger, who's back with a headlong dive. Tuccinardi this year 12th in the GLIAC in OPS at 1069. Changeup swipes the inner third. 0-1 to start to Tuccinardi. Also 4th in the league in homers with a team-leading 5. 5th in runs driven in, 25 RBIs for Tuccinardi. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, had him way out in front. Waters already has 2 punch-outs today. Only 1 earned run of the 2 last inning for Waters. Whips it to first again, and back again is Hitzelberger. Keegan has not been afraid to use that pickoff move today. Did burn him last inning on an errant throw into center. Here's the 0-2. Check swing, did he go? Appeal down, no he did not. Says our field umpire, Scott Trottier. 1-2 the count here to Tuccinardi. Tuccinardi down. Had a look at a back pick, but Hitzelberger's back in time. 3rd punch out today for Waters. All of them have been swinging.
Right fielder, number 13, Drew Hill.
So 1 gone and 1 on for Drew Hill. Mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, but he is the reigning GLIAC Position Player of the Week, helping Wayne State go 6-0 in Florida a couple of weeks back. Or I should say this past weekend. A .441 hitter, 26 hits, a .1283 OPS for Hill. The 1-0. This one gets away from Goddard all the way to the backstop. That allows Hitzelberger to advance the 90 feet, and he's in scoring position with 1 out here in the 3rd. So 2-0 after the wild pitch from Waters. And there's a fastball at the knees called for a strike. It's 2-1 to Hill. In on the hands, jam shot foul. Count moves to 2-2. Coming into this year, Hill played in 100 career games through his first 2 seasons as a Warrior. The 2024 GLIAC Freshman Player of the Year, 2nd team All-GLIAC that season as well. The 2-2 from Waters. Slider misses away. We've run full. In Hill's freshman season, 45 games, 42 starts, hit .327, 24 runs scored, and 50 hits. 3-2, low and in. Second base runner of the inning for Wayne State, as Waters has walked another. Third free pass that he's issued today. They're on first and second with one gone here in the third. Hatzigiorgio watches ball one skip in the dirt. Hatzigiorgio, one of two captains on this Warrior team this season, joining right-handed pitcher Gabe Nazelli. Hatzigiorgio shows bunt, got it down, but then it went off of him in the batter's box and foul. One and one the count to Hatzigiorgio, the senior out of Oxford, Michigan. Another breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to the Warrior third baseman. Talking about Drew Hill being the GLIAC Freshman Player of the Year in 2024. Hatzigiorgio was the GLIAC Freshman Player of the Year in 2023. He is the active Wayne State career leader in games played with over 160 of them. And before Waters can fire the 3-1, head coach Zach Charbonneau going to take the long trot out to the bump. Zach Charbonneau, in his 4th season with this program, led the Rangers to a 30-21 ledger last year. The program's first 30-plus win season since 2005. Also the most GLIAC wins in a season in program history since joining the league, and what would have been the spring of 2019 for the baseball program. 12 wins in the GLIAC last year for the Rangers. Parkside 11-5 to start this year. Mentioned Wayne State 16-2 through its first 18 games. The Warriors off to their best start in program history through their first 18 games this year. The other best start came back in 2023. They went 15-3 that year, ended up winning the regular season and tournament championships. Hoping for deja vu in 2026. Ball 4 to Hatzigiorgio, and they're loaded with only one gone. Fourth walk of the day that Waters is allowed. And with the bags full, Rhett Rozier will stride in. First pitch to Rozier. Above the letters, 1-0. Open stance from the right side. Here comes the 1-0. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And now if you're Waters, you really got to try and find the zone. Nowhere to put Rozier. Two O's in there on the outside corner for a strike. Rozier walked back in the second, came around to score the second run of the day for Wayne State in that inning. Waters from the stretch, here it comes. Scorched foul down the right side. 2-2 now. And again with 1 out. And the bag's full. Waters just a ground ball away from potentially getting out of this. The 2-2. Poke to second for Lloyd. He goes to Wicker at second for one. The turn not in time. Oh, no, they're going to say there was interference at the bag at second? No? Never mind, so the runner is safe at first. And a run scores. So it's 3-0 Wayne State. First offering to Sanders, look out, it clipped him. Slider that got away from Keegan. And that loads the bases again.
Now batting the catcher, number 23, Braden Crow.
So now it's Crow in. First pitch to him, low and away. First time this year that Sanders has been plunked. And for Waters, that's just the second hit batsman he's allowed this year. Crow watches strike one on the inner third. Bases full of Warriors. Hill on third, Rozier on second, and Sanders on first. The 1-1 almost gets away from Goddard. Nice job to sprawl out and keep it away from the backstop. 2-1. Waters having some trouble with command right now, but finds the outer third for strike two. A strike away from wiggling his way out of this thing. The 2-2. Ground ball to short, and Wicker can't put a glove on it. It gets under it, and that allows another run to score as Hill comes in. Everybody's safe, and they're still loaded. It's 4-0 Wayne State. So now Blakita, still with the bags loaded, watches ball one high. They'll call it a single for now. Official ruling still pending, 1-0. Skipped in the dirt, nice pick by Goddard. Lakita had an RBI single last inning and then eventually stole a bag, was stranded on second. 3-0 now to the second baseman for Wayne State. Already some action out in the Ranger bullpen, a right-hander getting loose. Here's the 3-0. Low and in, ball four. Waters has walked his fifth, and it brings home another to make it 5-0. As Rozier touches the plate, everybody advances. And now back to the top of the order for Garza. He's grounded out twice today and takes a fastball outside, 1-0. Pitch count starting to run up there for Keegan. This will be pitch number 70 of the afternoon for Waters. And it's low and away, 2-0. And once again, a Wayne State hitter and a prime hitter's count. And now Parkside head coach Zach Charbonneau going to come out again. And it looks like they want to check on the health of Waters to make sure that throwing hand is okay, it looks like. At least that's what Coach Charbonneau is motioning to our home plate umpire, Scott Titrington. And yeah, that's going to do it today for Waters. Again, don't want to speculate anything, but maybe it had something to do with the grounder that went off of his hand to end the second. But nevertheless, Waters cannot get out of the third. And a new Ranger arm when we come back. We'll take a quick break here on Flow College. Austin Gruby is the new right-hander for the Rangers, the junior out of Chilton, Wisconsin, 6'1", 210. Making his 5th appearance out of the bullpen this year, a 2-0 record, a 5.40 ERA in 10 complete innings. 4 punch-outs to 5 walks, has allowed 12 hits, none of them homers. An opponent sitting .316 off of him. When talking with head coach Zach Charbonneau before the season, really iterated to me that Gruby is going to throw the entire kitchen sink at you. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball. He's got a cutter in that arsenal as well. He'll mix in a slider, curveball, and a changeup as well. So he has 6 pitches. Won't use all of them all the time, but he's got a lot in the tank. And in a 2-0 count, he comes in to face Ty Garza here. First pitch on the end of the third for a called strike. Garza 0 for 2 today. Couple of ground outs. 2-1. Nubbed foul, and Gruby a pitch away from getting out of this third. 3 runs already across for Wayne State. Gruby has what he likes, the 2-2. Got him swinging. Gruby comes in. All he needs is 3 pitches to set down Garza. And that will send us to the bottom of the third. The Rangers with some work to do. Wayne State puts up another 3. 5-0 Warriors here on Flow College. set to come up for the first time this season at home for the Rangers. 7, 8, and 9. It's Storty, Lindquist, and Goddard here to face Lowry, who's back on the hill again for Wayne State, who's gone 6 up, 6 down in his first 2 innings of work. Storty leads things off here for the Rangers. Fastball in there for a strike. Storty, the junior out of Lamont, Illinois. Goes after the second pitch, grounds it softly to the shortstop, Garza, and he makes the play. All but one Ranger out has come via the ground out for Will Lowry to start. 7 up and 7 down for Lowry. Jackson Lindquist climbs in. First offering, breaking ball misses low. One out. Up and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Jackson Lindquist. A .320 hitter this year, slashing .320, .452, and .400 through the first 10 games he's played. Pokes one out to left. Coming in is Roser, and he puts it away. Eight straight batters retired for Will Lowry. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, Noah Goddard is the catcher to stand in. His first plate appearance of the day. Takes in 1-0. Goddard, the senior out of Roscoe, Illinois, first-year transfer from Ashland University, which used to be a member of the GLIAC. 1-1, the count evens. Nice fastball in the outer third there from Lowry. One to Goddard. 2-1. Goddard played just 1 season at Ashland. It was last year. 24 games, 11 starts at .233. Went 7 for 30. 2 driven in. Touches one off, foul, right side out of play. 2-strike count now. Lowry ended the second with a strikeout. Can he end the third the same way? 2-2. Off the end of the bat, this is squeaking foul. Try it again. Goddard in a bit of a funk here. He's 0 for his last 8. Went 0 for 5 in 3 games played against Upper Iowa in the last series that the Rangers played. Again, the 2-2. Out into right center. Coming on is Sanders. He's called off by Hill, who puts it away. And Will Lowry has gotten through the Parkside order clean first time through. 9 up and 9 down through 3 innings. We go to the 4th. Wayne State up 5-0 on Flow College. Austin Gruby back on the hill for the Rangers. Got the final out of the second after coming in for Waters. But last inning, Wayne State brought all 9 men to the plate. 3 runs on just 2 hits. A lot of free passes issued from Waters. Which is where we stand now, a 5-0 ball game as we go to the 4th. 2, 3, and 4 set to stride up here for Wayne State. It'll be Hitzelberger to lead things off.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Bennett Hitzelberg.
First pitch to Hitzelberger. Check swing, doesn't matter. Called strike 1 anyways. Hitzelberger's 1 for 1. Had a single, eventually came around to score last inning. Walked his first time in the first. Sprays a fly ball into deep center. Radis back, still back, chasing it towards the track. And he makes an over-the-shoulder play. What a catch by Angel Radis on the run. Not an easy play to make, but the senior veteran making it look easy in deep center field. It's a loud out number 1 here in the 4th. And it is worth noting, wind still blowing about 11 miles an hour in from left field. Tuccinardi takes strike 1. So certainly the wind playing some tricks here today from historic Simmons Field. The 0-1. Low and away. Tuccinardi 0 for 2 with a couple of swinging strikeouts this afternoon. He's ahead 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Just below the knees, 3 balls and a strike. And Tuccinardi now in the driver's seat. There's strike 2 on the outer third. Tuccinardi didn't like it. Home plate umpire Scott Titrington says stay right here. 3-2 offering. Swinging a towering fly ball into straightaway center. Radis camps under it. 2 gone. Radis has both putaways here in the 4th. Back in is Hill, and his first offering skips in the dirt. Shouldn't really say dirt, it's turf. Doesn't make the catcher's life any easier back there on pitches like that, especially with how fast the turf can ride sometimes, but 2-0 here to Hill. Second baseman Lloyd playing in shallow right. And there's a changeup on the outer third for a called strike. Hill walked and scored last inning. Out of the line, here comes Gruby. Fastball rides high. 3 balls and a strike now to the ever-dangerous cleanup hitter here for Wayne State, the reigning GLIAC Player of the Week. First time in his career that he's been awarded that. 3-1. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. Puts a runner on with 2 gone here in the 4th. Tony Hatzigiorgio strides back in. It's now the 6th walk that Parkside pitching has allowed today. And Hatzigiorgio takes a first pitch high for ball 1. This is a Parkside staff right now 4th in the GLIAC in ERA. 5.67 ERA as a team. Oh, a check over to first. It was close. Able to dive back in as Hill, but he got caught leaning by Gruby. That's a Giorgio 1 for 1 today. A single and a walk, a run scored as well. Takes a healthy hack and puts it off the screen behind home plate. 1-1. Giorgio has played in 16 of the 18 games that Wayne State has played this year. 1-1. Good breaking ball from Gruby. 1-2. Gruby looking for his second punch out of the day. He struck out Garza to end the third last inning. Runner at first is Hill, 2 gone, top of the 4th. Runner takes off, swing and a tapper, foul. But no, it was not fouled off. It gets off the glove of Goddard and away to the backstop. So Hill, who probably was going to swipe second anyways, is now up to third. And on a drop third strike to first goes Giorgio. So it is a punch out for Gruby. But that extends the inning now for Rhett Rozier. Swing and a miss from Rozier on the first offering from Gruby. No 1 pitch. Half-hearted swing and a miss through an off-speed that was well out of the zone. 0-2. Runner from first and Giorgio also faked like he was gonna take off, did not. 0-2 the count. Gruby rocks and fires, swing and a miss. Goddard hangs on behind the dish. Gruby has back-to-back punch-outs, his third of the game. And the Rangers leave him stranded. We go to the home half of the 4th. Top of the order due up for Parkside when we come back on Flow College. Will Lowry has been spectacular through the first 3 innings of this one. Just 33 pitches. A base runner has not been allowed yet, and Nolan Muchieski, the leadoff man for Parkside, will start things for the Rangers here in the home half of the 4th. First pitch fastball, upper part of the zone, called strike 1. Muchieski grounded out to the third baseman, and Giorgio to lead off the home half of the 1st for Parkside his last time up. Hard ground ball to the second baseman off of Blakita, able to knock it down, but he can't get a throw off. That'll go down as an E4. Second error of the year on Blakita. And the Rangers have their first base runner of the day.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Angel Rada.
Rangers able to keep Wayne State scoreless in the fourth for the first time since the first. Rada sprays one the other way, but foul. Rada's grounded out to Blakita at second, his first time up. Muchieski off at first. Lowry brings the 0-1. And another foul ball, this one behind home plate off the screen. Now 0-2 here to Angel Radis. Redshirt senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Went to Oak Creek High School, not too far from here. 0-2. Misses way up. Talking about Angel with head coach Zach Charbonneau before the season. He said, Angel is our Energizer bunny. He's the guy that gets us going. Again, has dealt some injury with some injury earlier this year, but has slowly worked his way back into a full-time starting role. 1-2. Good take there from Angel. In his redshirt sophomore year in 2024, he led Parkside in walks with 32, was fifth in the GLIAC in that category. 2-2, high chop just in front of the mound. Lowry's only play is to first as he shovels it over in time to beat the speedy Radis. But that essentially works as a sacrifice as Muchieski is up into scoring position. So now Ben Lloyd. Strides up from the left side for the second time today. Grounded out to Hitzelberger at first in the first. Watch just strike one in there. Lloyd, the graduate transfer from Northern Illinois. This is his fifth college in 5 years. Big swing and a miss. A looping changeup had Lloyd fooled. Lloyd started his career at Notre Dame as a true freshman, then transferred to Western Kentucky before spending a JUCO year at Kaskaskia College before making his way to NIU. Waits back on the 0-2, punches it to the second baseman, Blakita. Low throw, it gets away from Hitzelberger towards the dugout rail, and that will allow Muchieski to trot home from third. Up to second goes Lloyd on the second error of the inning on Blake Blakita. So Lloyd finds his way at second. Won't be an RBI, but that puts the Rangers on the board for the first time in GLIAC play this year. It's 5-1. In steps Josh Wicker. First pitch fastball misses in, 1-0. So 2 errors in this inning on the second baseman, Blake Blakita. Wicker watches the 1-0 in there. Lloyd at second. 5-1 lead for Wayne State here in the fourth. Wicker behind now, 1-2. Wicker, the sophomore shortstop for Parkside. Down 1-2. Takes a fastball away. Josh Yoshi Wicker, the guys have given him that nickname. 2-2. On the ground the other way. Blakita has been tested all inning long. This time he flips it over to Hitzelberger at first in time to retire Wicker. That allows Lloyd to advance to third. 2 gone here in the home fourth. Two gone for Joe Morowick. Stands in from the left side. Runner at third is Lloyd. First pitch looked like it was an off-speed that slipped out of the hand of Lowry. 1-0 to the Ranger first baseman, who's 0 for 1 today. Lined out hard the other way to the left fielder, Rozier. His first time, shows bunt. Tries to get it down, cannot. And Lloyd has to retreat back to third. One and one to Morowick. Transfer from Georgia Gwinnett College. Well behind on a fastball in. And now Lowry a strike away from earning his second punch out of the day and getting out of this. 1-2. We'll stay here. Morowick, a .286 hitter this year with runners in scoring position. The 1-2 again. Got him swinging. Lowry climbs the ladder and gets Morowick to chase. His second punch out of the day ends the Ranger threat in the fourth. We move to the fifth. Wayne State leads 5-1. You're watching GLIAC Baseball here on Flow College. Bottom of the order here in the Warrior fifth. 7, 8, and 9 with Sanders, Crow, and Blakita. Austin Gruby, the Ranger right-hander, back out for another inning of work out of the pen. First pitch to Sanders, drops in there for a strike. Gruby came in during the top of the third to record the final out of that inning for Waters. 0-1 slapped hard to the shortstop Wicker, who makes a nice four-handed play. And his throw is true. One up and one down here in the Warrior fifth.
Now batting the catcher, number 23, Braden Crow.
Now the true freshman catcher in Braden Crow. Couple of RBIs today, is 1 for 2. Had an RBI knock back in the third. Takes high in the first offering from Gruby. Gruby so far an inning and 2/3 has not allowed a hit. 3 punch-outs to just 1 walk. Waiting back on a breaking ball is Crow. And he punches it foul out of play. One. On the outside corner, 1-2. Mentioned earlier that Wayne State, the number 7th ranked team in the country, selected by the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, low and away. Warriors jumped up 9 spots from last week's poll to this week's poll. They were 16 last week, now jumping up all the way to number 7. They're now also the highest ranked GLIAC team in the nation, after GVSU dropped down to 13 this week. Count runs full here to Braden Crow. Here comes from Gruby. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with a breaking ball inside. 4th punch out for Gruby today. 2 gone here in the 5th.
Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Brady Lapita.
And it is of note, all 7 punch outs for Wayne State, they've gone down swinging, so they've been hacking today. As Blake Blakita watches away on a first offering from Gruby, 1-0. Chopped over to second. Lloyd waits back. Underhand flip to Maroic. Just got him. Close call at first, but Lloyd's able to put away Blakita. 1-2-3 inning for Gruby as we move to the Ranger 5th. 5-1. Wayne State leads over Parkside on Flow College. Six, 7, and 8 for the Rangers here in the home half of the 5th. Austin Gruby able to pitch to a 1-2-3 inning in the top half. This is Trace Kirschberg to lead things off.
Rangers, number 11, Trace Kirchberg.
Just offering to him in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Here from Lowry to Kirschberg. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 straight pitches for Lowry to pick up his 3rd punch out as he starts the 5th the same way he ended the 4th. 1 gone. Kirschberg now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Third baseman Carter Storty now, grounded out back in the 3rd. Watch a strike 1 in there from Lowry. Nothing in 1 here to Carter Storty at the dish. Taps 1 softly just in front of the mound. Lowry waits, fires in time. Quickly, 2 up and 2 gone here in the Ranger 5th. Now it's the DH Jackson Lindquist.
And the hitter, number 16, Jackson Lindquist.
Lindquist lined out in his only plate appearance back in the 3rd. First pitch, breaking ball finds the outer 3rd, called for a strike. This pitching really the strong suit for Wayne State this year. Wayne State owns the 2nd best team ERA in the country at 2.71 entering this one, only behind Bloomsburg's 2.34. The Warriors, I should say. Also first nationally in fewest hits allowed per 9 innings at just under 6.5. They also lead the country in WHIP, that's walks and hits per inning, at 1.13. Lindquist well ahead now, 3-1. Lindquist, this senior out of Rockford, Illinois. Nubbed off the end of the bat, foul. Lindquist would have had a homecoming on Wednesday when the Rangers would have traveled down to play Rockford out of conference, but that game canceled due to weather. Full count deal. That's away, ball 4. For the first time today, Lowry has issued a free pass.
Now batting the catcher, number 34, Noah Goddard.
Now in the 9 hole, it's the catcher, Noah Goddard. First pitch is foul. Should mention a new left fielder as well into the ball game for Wayne State. Alfredo Velasquez, the junior out of Livonia, Michigan, and the first-year transfer from Michigan. Goddard takes away 1-1 now to the Ranger catcher. Check over to first. Lindquist able to dive back safe. It's Goddard at the plate. 2 gone and a 1-1 count, bottom of the 5th. Runner on first is Lindquist. Fastball misses low and away. 2-1 to Noah Goddard. Looking to break out of this funk now, 0 of his last 9, including the flyout back in the 3rd. Two one. Oh, that was a beautiful breaking ball from Lowry. 2-2 as Goddard waves right through it. Goddard chokes up. The 2-2 coming here from Lowry. Goddard went chasing in the dirt. The catcher, Crow, fires to first to complete the play, and that will do it for the Ranger 5th. Parkside strands a 2-out walk. Still 5-1 Warriors as we move to the 6th. You're watching GLIAC Baseball on Flow College. Top of the order due to step up here for the Warriors, excuse me, for the fourth time around. Garza, Hitzelberger, and Tuccinardi, 1, 2, and 3. Just 1 for 7 with a walk today is the top of this Wayne State order, 1 through 3. Garza's the shortstop. He has a couple of groundouts and a strikeout swinging, which came in his last time up in the third. He shows bunt, pops it up down the third base side, and Storty will let it roll foul. Not a bad day for baseball here from historic Simmons Field. Again, not only the GLIAC opener today, but the Rangers home opener. 16 straight games on the road for Parkside to start this year, went 11-5 in that stretch. And Wayne State, this is the first bowl game that it has played as either a true home or road team, because all 18 of their games have been at neutral sites. The 0-2. Garza, slow ground ball to third, and Storty whips it across in time. Nice job by Carter to wait back on that ball. One gone. Garza's now 0 for 4 today.
Number 24, Bennett Hitzelberger.
That'll bring up the first baseman in Bennett Hitzelberger. From the left side, he watches strike one on the outside corner. Hitzelberger today, 1 for 2. It's a sky-high pop-up into shallow right. Lloyd camps under it as he calls off his right fielder Kirschberg and gloves it for out number 2. Two quick outs here for Gruby, who has done a fine job here out of relief. He's now set aside 6 straight. Now the designated hitter in Owen Tuccinardi. Goes after the first pitch down the line. That is a foul ball. Foul ball called by our home plate umpire in Scott Titrington. So what could have been a 2-out double turns into a long strike. Tuccinardi shaking his head. He is not pleased that that ball was not called fair. Tuccinardi 0 for 3 today. This one squibbed off the end of the bat. It's going to roll foul towards the first base coach's box. Gruby well ahead now, 0-2. Looking for his 6th strikeout here out of relief. Out of the wind, here it comes. Skipped in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2. Misses away just off the plate, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 offering. And Tuccinardi lays off of it. Tuccinardi has run this count all the way back full. That is low for ball 4. First base runner that Gruby has allowed since the 4th inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Drew Hill.
So the 2-out walk brings up Drew Hill. Gruby checks over to first, not in time. Hill today 0 for 1. Ground out to first to end the first, his first time up. And a couple of walks in his last 2 plate appearances. Scored a run back in the third. Hill shows bunt and drags it down the third base side. It was a beauty. Everybody's safe. Heads up play from Drew Hill, who saw that Storty was playing way back of the bag at third. And he said, I'll take that, thank you very much. It's a bunt single for Drew Hill. 2 runners on with 2 gone now here in the Warriors' 6th. As Hill has his first hit of the ball game. Hatzigiorgio watches strike 1 at the knees to start here in his 4th plate appearance. Struck out last time, but reached first via the drop third strike. He's behind 0-2. Gruby looking to end the threat here in the 6th. The 0-2. Ground ball up the middle. Wicker steps on second himself. And after issuing a 2-out walk and giving up a bunt hit, Austin Gruby able to tightrope his way out of it. As we go to the Rangers' 6th, still 5-1 Wayne State here on Flow College. Top of the order due up here for the Rangers in the home half of the 6th. Still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Muchieski, Radis, and Lloyd. Left fielder, center fielder, and second baseman for Parkside. Still facing Will Lowry, who fires in strike 1 on the outer third. Lowry has been magnificent today. Did allow a run in the 4th. That was not earned. 0-1 skips in the dirt. Lowry now in his 6th inning of work. He is a true ace and a workhorse for this Wayne State staff. 1-1 punched foul off the screen. Lowry not only 3rd in the GLIAC in ERA and 2nd in wins, but he's 7th in innings pitched. He has gone at least 5 innings in all 4 of his starts this year, has not been tagged for more than 6 hits yet this year. Muchieski takes the 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. Muchieski with the Rangers' only run scored. Reached on an error and scored on an error back in the 4th. Muchieski grounds it right side. Waiting back is Hitzelberger. Flips to a covering Lowry. 1 down here in the Rangers' 6th.
Now batting the center
Now it's Angel Rodis. He's 0 for 2 today with a couple of ground outs. Last time back to the pitcher, Lowry. Fastball rings the inner third for a strike. Oh, 1 well up and out. Mentioned earlier how good this pitching staff has been this year for Wayne State. Second best ERA as a team in the country. 1-1's in there to Rodis. 1-2. But they're the only team in the GLIAC with a sub-3 ERA. The next closest is Grand Valley with a 3.90 ERA. 1-2. Rodis is down looking. What a pitch on the outer third from Lowry. Picks up his 5th K. 2 up and 2 gone here in the home 6th.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Ben Lloyd.
It's the first punch out looking for either side today. And now Ben Lloyd. Watches a fastball in there for a strike. Ben today 0 for 2, reached on an error from the second baseman Blakita back in the 4th. Next pitch skips in the dirt. So I talked about earlier, Ben, with his 5th school in 5 years, it truly is a remarkable story with how he even ended up with this program. 1-1. Golfs one out, straight away right. Hill camps under it. We'll have to wait and hear that story another time as Lloyd flies out to right. 1-2-3 inning again for Lowry. He's gone 6 beautiful innings in this one. We go to the 7th, 5-1 Wayne State on Flow College. Wayne State with a 5-1 lead here as we move to the 7th. For the Warriors, 6, 7, and 8 with Alfredo Velasquez, who came in defensively in left field a couple of innings ago. Oh no, this is still Rhett Rozier, it looks like. So Rozier will hit here still for the Warriors. First pitch to him. In there for a called strike from Gruby. Rozier today is 0 for 2. Soft chopper left side, cutting it off. Storty on the run, no. Rozier beats it out. He's got his first hit of the ball game. Tough play for Storty to make on the cut of the grass. As now Caleb Sanders will stride back up.
Now batting the center fielder, number 6, Caleb Sanders.
Sanders grounded out his last time. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 3rd. Watches ball 1 miss. 1-0, big hack and a miss. One and one the count here to Caleb Sanders. Here it comes. It gets away from Goddard and heads to the backstop. That allows Roser to move up. He's at second and in scoring position off the wild pitch from Gruby. Wayne State looking to tack on to this 5-1 lead. Hard ground ball that is fair down the line and left. Rozier will trot around third and easily score. Gliding into second with a stand-up RBI double is Caleb Sanders. He's now 1 for 3 today. And Sanders with his third double of the year and 10th RBI makes it 6-1 Warriors here in the 7th. Just the first run that Gruby has allowed out of relief. And now it's Crow going after the first pitch on a short hop for Storty at third. The out is made. Crow didn't even leave the box. He thought that ball might have hit off of him. Warrior dugout, and it sounded like Ryan Kelly was asking Scott Tittringer behind the plate if he called it foul or not. He did not. So now this is Alfredo Velasquez, who watches high and away, ball 1. So Blake Blakita is done for the Warriors. As Velasquez hits out of the 9th spot. Nice stop from Goddard behind the plate. One gone here in the visitors' part of the 7th. Fastball misses high and in. 3 balls and no strikes here to Velasquez. The Warrior left fielder. Runner takes off for third, pitches a called strike, throw down from Goddard, not in time. Swiping third is Sanders. And he is 4 for 4 on the base paths now this year. He is 90 feet away with just 1 gone. And let's see now if Velasquez can do a job. Infield plays in for the Rangers. 3-1, this will do the job. Deep fly ball down the line and right. Brought in by St. Clair, who's fresh into the ball game, tagging the runner for third, and the play at the plate not in time. Sanders slides in safely just ahead of the Goddard tag, and it's 7-1 Wayne State. They've put up a deuce here in the 7th. So back to the top of the order. After the sac fly and RBI, Ty Garza watches low. That's the first sac fly of the year. Or check that. Punched up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit. Garza, who is 0 for 4 heading into this AB, gets off the schneid and picks up his first hit of the ball game.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 24, Bennett Hitzelberger.
Extends the inning for the first baseman, Bennett Hitzelberger. But not before Zach Charbonneau is going to take the slow trot out to the hill. Right-hander is warming up in the Ranger bullpen. Question is that going to do it today for Gruby? It will. As Zach Charbonneau will head to the bullpen. And we'll take a break here on Flow College and introduce you to the new right-hander out of the Ranger bullpen when we return here with 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Donovan Dykes is the right-hander into the game out of the bullpen for the Rangers. Second time that Zach Charbonneau has gone to the pen today. Dykes, the junior out of New Lenox, Illinois, making just his 3rd appearance out of the pen. No record, a 10.80 ERA in just an inning and 2/3. Has given up 5 hits in that span. An opponent's hitting .500 off of him. So it hasn't been the start to Donovan's junior year that he would have liked, but has a chance to flip that script here in GLIAC play. 4-pitch mix guy, a 2-seam fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup for Donovan. You take a look at the final numbers so far here for Gruby. The line still technically open, but 4 complete innings out of the pen, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 4 punch-outs to 2 walks. Hitzelberger, the first to face Dykes out of the pen, but not before Donovan checks over to first. Dykes did not see action last year in a sophomore campaign due to injury. First pitch of the day in the dirt, stopped by Goddard, 1-0. In his freshman season, Dykes started 10 games, pitched 45 in the 3rd inning, struck out 35 across that span, a 7.74 ERA. 0-2, runner takes off from first, pitches a breaking ball in the dirt, and Goddard cannot pick it out cleanly. Get a look down at Garza, who is at second after the stolen base, and the appeal down on the check swing. No good either, so 2-0 here to Hitzelberger, with now a runner in scoring position. Here it comes. Hard ground ball to the second baseman, Lloyd, who eats it up and throws to first in time. Dykes only needs to see 1 batter to end the 7th, but more damage done for Moyne State at 7-1 and stretch time here from historic Simmons Fields. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's GLIAC Baseball on Flow College. Pinch hitter for the Rangers here as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Josh Wicker out. And in is the true freshman, Ryan Jerzinski, who watches a fastball in the outer third called for a strike. Jerzinski making his collegiate debut with this at-bat. Takes a hack and a miss through a changeup. Lowry took something off of it, 0-2. Lowry has still not allowed a hit through 6 complete innings. And Jerzinski is down on 3 pitches. Swings through another changeup. That is the 6th punch out today for Lowry. 1 gone here in the 7th.
Now batting the first baseman, number 19, Joe Morowick.
So Morowick to stand in again. We're going through some defensive changes right now, and it looks like Rhett Rozier has moved over to second because he's listed as an infielder on the Wayne State roster. He started the day in left field, and then Velasquez went out to left after Rozier moved to second. First pitch to Morowick is skied foul out of play. Morowick 0 for 2 today, a line out the other way in the 2nd, then a strikeout swinging back in the 4th. That's been all from Joe. One and one to Morowick. Lowry brings the 1-1. Misses in. Morowick has to scoot out of the way. Interesting collegiate journey for Morowick, the senior. Started his collegiate career at the College of Lake County, a JUCO down in Illinois. Morowick waits back on a breaking ball. Out to the second baseman, Rozier. 2 up and 2 down. As Morowick is now 0 for 3 today. And we'll see another new face in the batter's box for the Rangers. This is John St. Clair, who came into the game defensively last inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4, John St. Clair.
First AB today for St. Clair. Looks at a fastball that misses away. St. Clair through 10 games this year, a .214 hitter. Just 6 for 28 to start his junior year. Breaking ball misses high. St. Clair from Plainfield, Illinois. 2-0, get me over. Breaking ball is called for a strike, 2-1. Don't know where Plainfield, Illinois is. It's a suburb of Chicago, just about 45 minutes southwest of the city. 2-1. Healthy hack and a miss from St. Clair as he went fishing. Pun not really intended since we are playing at the home of the Kenosha Kingfish. Two. Got him looking. Fastball on the outside corner. 7th punch out of the day for Lowry. He's through 7 no-hit innings. And we go to the 8th, 7-1, Wayne State leads. It's GLIAC Baseball on Flow College. Couple of defensive changes for the Rangers as we move to the 8th inning. Wayne State leads 7-1. Ryan Jarzynski, who pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th, will stay into the ball game and play short. And at third base, patrolling the hot corner now, is the redshirt freshman in Hayden Bowman. Dykes' first pitch in his first full inning of work is in on the inner third for a called strike. Owen Tuccinardi is the hitter. 0 for 3 today, walked his last time. Spits on a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-1. Tuccinardi in the 3-hole. Called strike on a breaking ball from Dykes. And it's 1-2. One and two, here it comes from Dykes. Swinging a smash down the left field line, but hooking foul towards the Wayne State bullpen. Look out. Stay put here at 1-2, but Tuccinardi leaned into one, and that ball stays anywhere near fair territory. We're probably talking about his 6th homer of the year. Dykes resets out of the wind. 1-2. Fastball misses away. Two and two here to Tuccinardi. Reaches out, pokes it back up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Owen Tuccinardi leads off the 8th with a knock. Tuccinardi is now 1 for 3 today. Here comes Drew Hill, who singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2, has been on base 3 times. Runner takes off on the first pitch, and it's in the dirt from Dykes. Goddard able to knock it down, but Tuccinardi moves up to second. So now a runner in scoring position for Drew Hill. Rolls the 1-0 over foul. Count evens at 1-1 here to Hill. Dykes misses in, 2-1. The 2-1 from Dykes. Inside nearly clips Hill, who has to hop out of the way. 3-1 now. Three-1 on the outer third. Hill does not like the call, but he'll stay put in the batter's box for a 3-2 pitch. Full count offering. Got him swinging. First punch out for Dykes out of the bullpen. One gone here in the 8th. Now Giorgio, who takes a look at strike one on the outer third. Giorgio grounded into a fielder's choice that ended the 6th the last time. Lays off here, 1-1. One for 3 today is Giorgio, third baseman here for Wayne State. 1-1. Just misses away, 2-1. Wayne State, 7 runs on 9 hits. They've left 10 base runners on. Breaking ball misses low and away, 3-1. As for the Rangers, 1 run on no hits and 1 error, 2 base runners left on. (3-1), not competitive. One out walk puts 2 runners aboard here with the second baseman, Rozier, coming up. First pitch to Rozier. Misses low. Rozier, a base hit and a run scored last inning. Tried to check his swing, but it's called for strike 1 anyways. Rozier, 1 of 2 runs scored last inning for Wayne State. Good breaking ball there from Dykes, 1-2. The 1-2. Tapped foul. We'll try it again. It's off the brick backstop behind home plate. Remember, this is the first of a 4-game set. A doubleheader tomorrow for games 2 and 3 starting at 1 p.m. CT. And then game 4 is back here on Sunday at noon Central. 1-2 again. Low and away. This is the 31st ever meeting between these two teams. Wayne State is 25-5 all time against Parkside. Last year, the team split a 4-game series in Detroit, and then Wayne State beat Parkside in the opening round of the GLIAC tournament. High chop left side. Bowman throws to first in time. That allows both base runners to advance. 2 gone, but Tuccinardi and Giorgio now both in scoring position. Caleb Sanders back in the box after his RBI double last inning. Roped one down the third base line. This time he taps it to third. Charging in is Bowman. His throw on the run gets away from Heroic. 1 run scores. Here comes Giorgio to plate the 9th run for Wayne State today. And up to second on the throwing error goes Sanders. They'll call it an infield hit and then an error on Bowman. It's Bowman's first error of the year. And now Braden Crow watches ball 1 high. So both of those runs, I should say just one of those runs should be unearned if it was a hit to start, but 1-1 the count with 2 gone. One and one to Crow. Able to tap it foul out of play. Got him swinging, and Goddard throws down to first to complete the strikeout. Dykes picks up his second punch out of the bullpen, but the Rangers even more work to do as 2 more come across to score. Here in the 8th, we go to the home half. Rangers have 7, 8, and 9 when we come back on Flow College. 7, 8, and 9 coming up here for the Rangers in the home half of inning number 8. Bowman, Lindquist, and Goddard, the first three due up. Down 9-1 here in game 1 of the GLIAC season. First pitch to Bowman, healthy hack but a miss. Next pitch to Bowman. 1-1 the count here to Hayden. Redshirt freshman out of Oswego, Illinois. Can't check his swing on an off-speed from Lowry. 1-2 to Bowman, who's appearing in just his 7th game this year. 1 for 4. On the mound, Lowry still has been magnificent. One, two. Low and away. That was Lowry's 94th pitch. There is activity down in the Wayne State bullpen. And it looks like for Wayne State, the pitching coach and Seth Morano in his 2nd season is out there to chat with Lowry. But Lowry has been brilliant today in the opener. So far, 7 complete innings, has only allowed a run, which was not earned. 7 punch-outs to just a walk. 24 batters faced, 93 pitches. And he's got his ERA down right now to 155 on the year, including what he's done today. Two and two the count here to Hayden Bowman. Hayden is a two-way guy. He has made an appearance on the mound this year. At the plate now in a 2-2 hole. Swing and a miss. 8th punch out of the afternoon for Will Lowry, who is throwing a gem.
Now batting for the Rangers, the designated hitter, number 16, Jackson Lindquist.
In steps Jackson Lindquist. Strike 1. Lindquist, a walk last time in the 5th. A line out to left in the 3rd. Will Lowry has been phenomenal today. He has been nearly untouchable. Clips the outer third to make it 1-2. One, two from Lowry. Fastball misses away. Lowry started to strut off the mound thinking that was a called strike 3, but home plate umpire Scott Titrington says, let's try it again here at 2-2. Here it comes. Pop up into very shallow center. Sanders calls everybody off. 2 gone here in the 8th. And the Rangers down to their final 4 outs. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter for Noah Goddard as well.
Pinch hitting for the Rangers, number 15, Dylan Sales.
As Dylan Sales will come into the ball game to hit out of the 9 spot. So Sales in for Goddard. Sales this year in 14 games, a 174 hitter, has struggled at the plate, just 8 for his first 46. But gets the nod here in the 8th. First pitch, fastball inside. The 1-0. In there, 1-1. Sales a couple of weekends ago at Upper Iowa went 1 for 8 in that series. Hard ground ball right side. Hitzelberger waits back, feeds a covering Lowry, and that's 8 no-hit innings for the Wayne State right-hander. He's been dominant today, and it continues. We go to the 9th. Wayne State looking for some last-minute insurance, but up 9-1 here from historic Simmons Field on Flow College. A whole plethora of changes for the Rangers here as we go to the 9th, but the new man on the mound for Parkside is the sophomore out of Makina, Illinois, in Ryan Schisler, making just his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen this year. A 9 ERA in just 3 innings, has given up 7 hits, no punch-outs, but no walks allowed. He'll face Alfredo Velasquez to start 9-1-2 for the Warriors here in the visitors' part of the 9th. One-0 taken for a strike. Schisler, a 3-pitch mix guy, works with a 2-seam fastball, a changeup, and a slider. Pitched in just 6 games last year. Drops one in on the outer third. It's now 1-2. Schisler sets, brings it. Skipped in the dirt. Nice stop by the new backstop in Sales. Sales, who pinch hit in the bottom half of the 8th, is behind the plate now. In left field is Mason Matasic. Max Johnson is in center field now. Bounced foul towards the Ranger dugout. Two and two here to Velasquez. Picked out of the dirt by Sales, and it runs full. That's ball 4. So Velasquez, the former Michigan product, a sac fly and now a walk here after pinch hitting in the 7th.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Ty Garza.
It's a leadoff walk from Schisler. He closed the book on Donovan Dykes out of the pen for the Rangers. First pitch to the leadoff man, Ty Garza, in the dirt. Dykes finishes today an inning and a third, gives up a hit and 2 runs. Both of them were not earned. 2 punch-outs to a walk against 7 batters. Half-hearted swing and a foul tip off the glove of Sales. Velasquez was on the move for second. He had the bag stolen. But the field umpire, Scott Trottier, has to break the news to him. You got to go back to first. So 1-1 here from Schisler to Garza. This one in the dirt. And Sales can't keep this one around the plate. So Velasquez slides up to second. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball deep out and to right. St. Clair back to the track, backpedaling. He's able to haul it in. Tagging from second is Velasquez. And with good base running, he'll move up the 90 feet. That's a loud and long out number 1 here in the top of the 9th.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Bennett Hitzelberger.
Now the first baseman, Bennett Hitzelberger. The 10th run for Wayne State, waiting on third. Hitzelberger hits a towering fly ball into deep right center. Over is Johnson. Now in straightaway center, he makes the play. Tagging from third is Velasquez. He's in to score. 10-1 our score as Wayne State leads Parkside here in the 9th. And with the way that wind took the ball, Johnson, who looked like he had a beat on it just in regular straightaway right center field, drifted all the way over more towards straightaway right in front of St. Clair. Now Tuccinardi looks at strike 1. Hitzelberger picks up the sacrifice, flying an RBI. His 15th run driven in this year. 0-1 misses lone away from Schisler. One on the outer third for a strike. 0-2 Chinardi, a single and a run scored last inning. 1-2 in the dirt, and that is off of Sales, who keeps it in front. Wayne State has scored in the last now 3 innings straight. 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and now 1 so far here in the 9th. 2-2, a hard grounder to third, and that eats up Bowman and gets into shallow left. Bowman tried to backhand it, but it skipped off the heel of his glove and high into the air, eventually in front of Matazik, the new left fielder. And Zach Charbonneau will immediately come out to the mound, and he will make a change for Schisler. So that will do it for Ryan. And when we come back, we'll introduce you to another Parkside right-hander. 10-1 our score. Wayne State leads the Rangers here in the GLIAC opener on Flow College. McGuire Delagrave is the new right-hander on the mound for the Rangers. He's the 5th arm we will see today for Zach Charbonneau and company, the graduate out of Racine, Wisconsin, making just his 2nd appearance out of the bullpen. First pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Sales. Delagrave has not gotten through a third of an inning of work at least yet this year, as it's now 2-0. Tapped foul along first. Delagrave's only appearance was in the season opener against St. Leo. He gave up a hit and an earned run, did not record an out all the way back on February the 13th. That's the last time we've seen him. 1-1. Swing and a miss at a beautiful looking changeup. 1-2, or 2-2. This is Drew Hill at the plate. He struck out his last time up. 1 for 2, has reached base 3 times today. 2-2. Tapped along first, but foul right of the bag. Tried again here at 2-2. Delagrave, 13 appearances last year, 17 complete innings, 14 punch-outs. Two and two here to the reigning GLIAC Player of the Week in Drew Hill. He stays alive. We'll try it again. Two-two. In the dirt, 3-2. And Tuccinardi, the runner at first, will be in motion with this next offering. This is the 6th time through the order for Wayne State here in the 9th. Full count deal. Hard ground ball up the middle. Sliding stop from Lloyd. Off balance throw. Maroic can't pick it. Able to knock it down. But that'll go down as an infield hit. Tough play for Lloyd to make on the backhand stop. That allows Tuccinardi to advance up to second, and Hill has his 2nd base hit of the day. 4th time he's reached base safely as well.
Now batting at third baseman, number 9, Tony Hatzigiorgio.
Here's the third baseman, Tony Hatzigiorgio. Big cut and a miss. Hatzigiorgio walked and scored a run last inning. He is 1 for 3 today. He's also been aboard 3 times. Lays off of a breaking ball away. One and one from Delagrave. Strike 2. One, two. Skips in the dirt. Sales can't keep it in front of him. And both base runners now in scoring position. Go down as another wild pitch. Delagrave sets from the chest. Rocks and fires the 2-2 on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Hatzigiorgio is down looking. That's the 2nd time he's punched out today. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Will Lowry a chance to make history as he strides back out to the bump for Wayne State here on Flow College. Here we go for the bottom of the ninth. Will Lowry a chance to make history for Wayne State, 3 outs away from a no-hitter. Mason Matasic is the first to greet him. It's 1, 2, and 3 for the Rangers with a plethora of subs. That misses away. Lowry looking for just the second 9-inning no-hitter for Wayne State in the last 22 years. 1-1 fouled off of the catcher Crow. 1 and 2. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop Garza is there. To his left. He throws to first in time. 1 gone in the ninth.
Now batting for the Rangers, number 20, Max Johnson.
Now another new face into the batter's box. He played center field last inning, but Max Johnson will stride in for his first at-bat of the day. Lowry 2 outs away. First pitch breaking ball misses. The 1-0. Johnson takes a breaking ball in the inner third, called for a strike. Johnson this season in 11 games, a 208 hitter. 1-1. It's fouled back. 1 and 2. Johnson has struggled in his last stretch, just 1 for his last 11. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. The 9th punch out of the day for Will Lowry. He is 1 out away, and he'll have to face another pinch hitter. It'll be up to John Woobin for the Rangers.
Pinch hitting for the Rangers, number 8, John Woobin.
So Ben Lloyd done, John Woobin in. Woobin this year, a .318 hitter in 11 games, 7 for 22. First pitch from Lowry. Popped foul along third. It'll sail out of play. 0-1. The 0-1. Up and away, 1-1. I mentioned earlier that Lowry was a workhorse. That was his 115th pitch today. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there, 1-2. Lowry just a strike away. The 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. This would be only the second 9-inning no-hitter for Wayne State in the last 22 years. Lowry a strike away. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He's done it. Will Lowry, just the second 9-inning no-hitter in the last 22 years for Wayne State. and he is mobbed on the mound by his teammates. He strikes out 10 and strikes out the last two batters he sees to finish a historic afternoon. The outing of his life. What a way to start conference play for Wayne State. They improved to 17-2 on the year, 1-0 in GLIAC play. And the Warriors have won 9 straight ball games. The number 7 team in the country cruises to a 10-1 final score here in game 1 of this 4-game set behind a no-hitter from Will Lowry. What a day for the Wayne State right-hander. He goes the distance and leaves that goose egg up in the hit column. That'll do it for our coverage today here from historic Simmons Field in Kenosha. Your final score, Wayne State 10, Parkside 1. Wayne State with 10 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors, 13 left aboard. The Rangers just 1 run on no hits, 3 errors, 2 left aboard. Your winning pitcher today, obviously, is Will Lowry. Just the second 9-inning no-hitter in the last 22 years for Wayne State. As he improves to 5-0 on the year, the loss goes to Keegan Waters as he drops to 1-2. He went just 2 2/3 at the start of the game and gave up 5 runs, 4 of them earned. He picks up the loss. That'll do it for our coverage here from historic Simmons Field today. We've got doubleheader action tomorrow on both the baseball and softball end of things. Baseball will start up here from Simmons Field at around 1 p.m. Softball will start tomorrow at noon from Franklin High School, where the Rangers will host the Grand Valley State Lakers. So for my entire crew here from Kenosha, my name's Dominic Liacani saying so long from historic Simmons Field. Again, your final score, Wayne State 10, Parkside 1. Will Lowry, a complete game gem and a no-hitter, just the second in the last 22 years for Wayne State. Thanks so much for joining me today. We will catch you tomorrow for games 2 and 3 of this series. Until then, this has been a presentation of GLIAC Baseball on Flow College.